Welcome back to the shop. I worked on this a little bit during the week. This side, I have all this is all attached, and I got it marked out where I want to cut for the doors. I haven't cut them yet, they're just marked. This one is cut for the one of the gear, or if I get to the servo hatch. It's got to be sanded down, but this one is cut, but I got to cut the other part when I put this on. This side's just sitting here. It's got formed, and it's got to get glued in. I'm going to do this. I want to do this side on camera. It's just, I went like back and forth between the sides. I probably should have done this side first, because this side I got the hinges epoxied in. Got these in. It took me a long time to figure out to get this right. but yeah, it's working. So yeah, it's working good. I ended up having to cut the arm on. We have the other one. This arm. It was hitting on the back side because I probably didn't get it in there at exactly the right angle, so I had to cut probably over an 1/8 inch off of it to grind it down. So maybe even close to 1/4 towards the tip, and then tapered it back. And then I found out that it actually was binding up the other way too. It was this hole here. I had to like shave. I didn't want to make it smaller or bigger, but I had to take it and file a little bit on an angle, because it wouldn't let it wouldn't let it bind over when it comes out. And then I also had to sand the tips right here, because it'd go to open and the tips would hit. They would hit together. It would bind them. So I had to grind, you know, the tips on an angle, just on the tip here. So it works really nice and smooth, no binding. So I've realized in between these right here, I'm not gonna be able to put the balsa up underneath. It's not gonna be able to go flat on this. You know, you can't go and put it all through here like this. It's gonna have to go in between like this one is. In between them. I'm gonna have to cut them and face them in between, which is not really that big a deal. You know, it's gonna get covered anyway, so. But I gotta put them in between, not come over top of it underneath there. This right here on this side, I had to sand it right to almost a taper. This down, because right now it's like 3/16 probably thick in some spots, and then it goes down to maybe an 1/8. But this, I had to sand it all the way to a taper to get this to fit in there right. Otherwise, I was gonna have to redo the whole hinges. Like this one right here is out a little bit, but that just might be the way I made it. But they're epoxied in, they work good. So I want to do this side on camera when I put this one in. I want to put these up, do this on camera. The controls is still too long. I have to cut them down yet, but these are the ones I want to use for it. these controls, style controls. See if I can grab one. I have one that's not together, it's like this, but they just screw on in each end, and you screw the ends on. But I'm gonna have to cut it down. They're too long, and I might have to re-thread it. If the threads don't go all the way, I don't know how far the threads go in them, but they're, right now it's too long. But yeah, it's working good. What else did I do? Pretty much just worked on this. I'm trying to get this together. Like this wing, I still haven't covered it. I had to cut a hole in here in the front. Once I got this covering on it, I had to notch it out so I could get the control on there. So yeah, and this one's got to be covered. This whole side's got to be done. I'm going to do it on camera. So and I still have to, the wing spars that come into the outer wing, I think I figured out which, because there's a screw hole in here. Just spin it a little bit. There's a screw hole in here that goes through there and into the spar to hold these wings in. I might have it upside down, I'm not sure. Anyways, this goes in there and it goes through. I have some of these. These are what I was going to use to bolt through there, so when I can screw them in. I might look to see if I'd like to have some metal ones. These are plastic. I'd like to get some metal ones. So that's why I haven't, but I got to do that. I got to drill that out. Well, I can still get in there like this one. You can get in after, because this whole, the doors go in there. I was going to make the doors out of fiberglass. I was going to glass them, but I think I might just use the balsa and just glass the outside, maybe even glass the inside, to make it look more scale, like scale doors, because they got bumps in them and stuff. But yeah, so we're going to get working on, excuse me, so yeah, we're going to get working on getting this done. And when I did this side, the second piece, I actually laid it real tight to this so I could roll with this form. So this one's going to be a little bit more difficult to get that shape that I want. But we're going to have to get it in there. Because when I put this one in, I like spot glued it, because I tapered it over it, because it wants to bend up like this one is. It doesn't want to lay down completely flat. So I glued down here and then started working that way. But I'll show you when I do this one. That's pretty much it. I haven't got nothing else. This took forever to get this to work the way I wanted it to. I almost recut these whole hinges and made them longer because it was hitting so bad. But yeah, it looks. So I might have to add something to these. To fill this in a little bit. I don't know. It doesn't actually, this one I have to fill in for sure. There's a bigger gap there. But this actually don't look too bad. Alright. On to the wing. Alright, welcome back to the shop. Let's get some covering on this, get this covered, get it marked and everything, and then we can move on to these. These are just sitting there. They're not actually in there. They're just sitting there. We got to get all that. I haven't sanded this yet. This is sanded. This one here, I just finished this. So this is all the woods on it. So then I put the covering over it. There's a couple little spaces in there. I have to put some wood filler in and stuff, but most of all, it's pretty good. I got it sanded the best I think I can, but once I get the covering laid here, that piece or whatever, like this piece, I'll be able to know how much more I gotta sand on it, if I gotta sand somewhere or not. Let's get this piece on and move on from there. Got everything ready, it goes pretty dang fast. Okay. Alright, got it marked. You guys see that? Comes down here, goes across. This is the center where the lake goes through, and then down through here. If you look at this side, same way. And I also, when I get the next one, I'll do the gear door. This door sitting there. Okay. Get the gear, or not a gear door, a servo door. Put that back in there. Boom. Right. Alright, now we gotta do this one. This is the harder part, because I gotta bend this and glue this onto it to this piece as I bend it down and around. So after that goes, now I gotta measure the center of this, center of that arm. There, center this way. And the way I did it on the other one is I marked it all the way across onto this one. So I found like center, where I thought I wanted center to be, marked it over here. Center, I want it to be. Marked it. And then I measured the distance. Same as that side, 39 millimeters. Because the centimeters would be 30, and I want to set it. It's 3.9 centimeters, which is, if I'm right, Americans don't do millimeters as much. I mean, it's 39 millimeters. I never realized these hinges or clamps that are with the loop on them actually are smooth. That these are smooth. See these ones without the loop, they're rough. I kind of like the smooth ones better. They don't dent the covering. I mean, I like having both, but they're nice. The smooth ones are nice because they don't leave indentations in the covering like the other ones do. All right. Alright, got that marked. I'm going to cut that out like I did that one. I'm not cutting this out yet because I want it to make sure it gets a good form. If it lasts on there longer, it stays on there, the more the form. Actually, I think I took and sprayed this again with the Windex to help soften it so it stays. I'll probably do the same with this side. Once I get this cut out, just lightly spray it, get it damp. Then it'll, because you know how much to keep popping back. I'm hoping they hold their shape. Okay, I cut that right here. I had put a slice in it to the bubble. Right here. I put a slice in it. And then when it overlapped, I pushed it down, overlapped it, then I cut it again and cut the one that was under it. And then that's how I made that. Because there's no way you're gonna smash that, you know, to get it to the round. You gotta cut it. I had a feeling I was gonna have to do that, but it is what it is. It is what it is. There's still a little bit of a bump there, but I should go sand that out. Now, we'll mark it. Mark our door here. Okay. I don't know if you guys can see it, but there's a little gap right there. I'm gonna have to fill that. It's filled. I'll do the other side the same way off camera later. So I want to get this over this, but this side's already glued, so I can't bend one over it. So I'm thinking about pulling all of these out. One fell out somewhere here. Pull all of these out before I do that other flap, so I can bend it right there. So I can bend one on here, let it dry, and I can use that for this side, and then I'll bend another one for this side. And get that drying. And then once these are in, I got a little bit of putting on here. I got a little bit on here, because this ain't quite gonna come out that far. I gotta sand this stuff down here, a little bit here, and then I gotta put a little piece on here. Maybe not. choke. So I gotta put a little bit in here. Once I get this done, I gotta put some here, some here. I might just cover it all the way across to strengthen this, because this is where the wing bolts are gonna come through. It'll help strengthen this back here a little bit. And by having covering come all the way to here inside. So think about how I want to do it. But anyways, I need to get this on so this can set and get formed. I can use this one for that side and then do another one. So, alright, well, we got it that far. And I'll probably cut this out. It's just a matter of holding it straight up here and cutting with the utility knife and move on. And be going. Alright, later.